thing for teachers. When kids come into your class, and Sarah would come into your class, I am so stressed out, I'm so nervous about the test. What do we typically tell them? Relax, take a deep breath. It's not all that important. You'll do well. So, they did that, God bless you. They did an experiment. They took students coming into a test who were stressed out, and again, half the kids, they just said, relax, take a deep breath, calm down. The other half, they said, the stress is energizing you, it's getting you ready. It's telling you it's game day. We're gonna crush the test. The kids who were told that stress is good outperform the kids who were told to relax. So when we're telling our kids to relax, we're telling them the wrong thing. And by the way, for those who play athletics, do coaches ever let's put our hands in, 1, 2, 3, relax? Mm-hmm. No. No one wants to be relaxed when you're getting, so a test is, it's a game, and it's a big event, and stress is good, and we should embrace it, and take it. Okay? Alright. So, I want you all to try not to think about this pink elephant for 10 seconds. Okay? Not to think of the pink elephant. Okay. Truthfully, how many people had that pink elephant pop back into their head?
It was right there.
Okay. I guess the point here is, when you try to suppress it, sometimes it boils up anyhow. So when we're trying to suppress our stress and trying to keep stress down and trying to keep bad things, or if you're angry, down, it's going to boil to the top anyhow. So I would say, allow yourself to be a person. Be a person. People get angry. People have all emotions. People get stressed out. That's just normal. And allow yourself to be a person. Because once I don't say think about the pink elephant, no one will think about it anymore. It's when you're trying to suppress it, and I gotta get that pink elephant out of my mind, that it becomes your worst enemy. Now, if you think stress is good for you, this is how the blood circulates through. So it circulates the same way as if you are witnessing a pleasurable or a happy event. If you think stress is bad for you, it's constricted and the blood struggles to go through your system. And that's why those 43% of people had died and had heart attacks, because the blood is not flowing. So again, if you go back to my first thing about the people cleaning up, it's a mindset. And if the mindset is stress is good for you, you got a much better chance of living longer. So when I say, if you come to this, and there's one thing I would take home and share with my parents, because at your age, at young students' age, they're not thinking about having heart attacks, that would be the thing. Because if you get your parents to think stress is good for you, it's a better chance for them to live longer. Then for you, it's even better, because if you're thinking about this at your age, then your body's healthy for your whole life. Okay? Now, when you are stressed out, you release oxytocin, okay? Which by nature gets you to want to friend and be, like it's tend and befriend. It wants you to go out and hug and touch and do all those nice cuddly things. So they find out when you're stressed, sharing your stress with friends releases more oxytocin, okay? And again, is a way to connect with each other. So like, it's almost like our body was made so perfectly to react to this, that like when we're stressed out, we need friends. And again, if you're holding in your stress, you're not reaching out. So when you do tend to befriend, when you do reach out, and sometimes it's hard because you're tired and, like stress, sometimes that's where you go. But when you do, it re-energizes you and it helps. Now, when you release this oxytocin, I'll give you the next tidbit. It there are connectors, receptors on your heart. So the oxytocin then connects to the receptors on your heart and heals your heart. So all the damage that can be done to your heart is now fixed by this reaction. So again, you've got stress helping to heal and take care of you if you think of it in the right way. Then I'll get to mindfulness. So they've done a lot of research, and that if you meditate for 5 minutes a day, one, you'll sleep an hour longer. And by meditate, all I'm going to say is, all you got to do is try to focus on your breathing. Okay? Now, and think, if you try to do it, you're going to be bad at it probably at the beginning. You're going to have a hard time. Your thoughts are going to come into your head. That's okay. But they found if you work on it for 5 minutes, the average person sleeps an hour longer. Which, by the way, all right, for the students, you probably don't have an hour in your life to sleep longer, but it's a good thought anyhow. The second thing is, it builds muscles in your brain for willpower. So it allows you to have better self-control, so you won't procrastinate more, and it allows you to then say no to things you wish you could say no to, just on a willpower issue. And what they did to kind of prove this is they took people who were addicted to heroin, and they had them meditate for 5 minutes a day. Now, they ended up sleeping the hour longer, but they also had a 60%...
Deasia Booker, please come to the office. Deasia Booker, please come to the office.
a 60% less chance of going back on drugs. So if meditation could give you the self-control not to go back to do drugs, which is probably the hardest self-control any person could face, think about what it could do of just getting things done, like your homework, or things that are much easier to do than kicking heroin. Okay, I'm up for any questions right now if anyone would have them. No one? Okay, then I would. Were you raising your hand, sir? No. Okay, then that's all I had. I'd like you to fill out just a feedback sheet, and you can just put it over behind them, and I'll look at it later. And thank you for coming. That's it. Steph, did you just turn the camera off?
Yeah.